Monday, July 14th, the Bowdoin Music Festival kickstarts this week of live streaming with two-time Grammy Award-winning Attacca Quartet playing contemporary composer Carolyn Shaw, Radiohead, and of course, Ravel and Beethoven as well. That'll be at 7:30 in the evening, Eastern Daylight Time, 4:30 on the West Coast, 1:30 in the morning in Europe, 9:30 Tuesday morning, tomorrow. 9:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. We'll give you the link, and I will give you a link to the program notes too, which are excellent if there's room. There are sometimes limitations, especially on Instagram, as to how much we can post to go along with our videos. So let's talk about this, and I've already mentioned Radiohead, so you know where I'm going with 2 + 2 = 5. If you know it. The Attacca Quartet consists of Amy Schroeder, Dominic Salerni on violin, Nathan Scram on viola, and Andrew Yee on cello. They're two-time Grammy Award winners. They play everything from classics to electronics, video game music, and contemporary pieces. Their 2019 release, Orange, in collaboration with Caroline Shaw, whom they're playing 3 pieces by, won the 2020 Grammy Award for Best Chamber Music Small Ensemble Performance. And their follow-up album, Evergreen, in 2023, won the same award in the same category. These guys are hot stuff. They met at Juilliard, everybody, back in the 2000s, the founding members, and they've been going strong ever since. So what are they doing? They're doing 3 pieces by Caroline Shaw. Entr'acte, the second essay in her 3 essays called Echo, and the section called Root from her piece called The Evergreen. And that's, so they'll start with the entr'acte, then they'll do Paul Wianko's Benki's Standing Death, Part 1, the 1000th encounter. Then Radiohead's 2 + 2 = 5, as arranged by Nathan Scram. Then Carolyn Shaw's Echo, Maurice Ravel's String Quartet in F major, of course, the Allegro Moderato, the very sweet passage. Then Caroline Shaw's Root, and Beethoven's String Quartet No. 14 in C-sharp minor, Opus 131. So, you know, you get some real classic stuff and some more exciting stuff, contemporary stuff. On tracks by Caroline Shaw. She composed that after hearing the Brentano Quartet play Haydn String Quartet, Opus 77, No. 2. Let me double check what photo I have. That's the Attacca Quartet there on the left. And that's Caroline Shaw. Why do I have a picture of her singing? Well, because not only does she compose a lot for everybody, but she also sings and performs professionally as a singer. She's also a violinist. So she's, artistically ambidextrous, you could say. So the piece entr'acte it's based on Haydn String. Well, it was provoked by Haydn String Quartet. So although it's contemporary, its roots are in classic things. Then the next piece called her piece called Echo from 3 essays. She started writing those essays listening to Marilyn Robinson reading from her book, The Givenness of Things, back in 2016, 2018. But the echo in there is about how social media creates an echo chamber for political discourse, about the sonic effect of an echo, and also about the echo function in the hypertext preprocessor, PHP, programming language. So that's pretty sophisticated. And then the final piece, Evergreen, the part 1, Root, she was taking a walk in an evergreen forest on Galliano Island in January 2020 in the wintertime. That's when you go to see evergreens anyway, on the west coast of Canada, and this piece came out of it. It is an offering to one particular tree that she met in the forest there. So that's what you get with the Caroline Shaw pieces. Now the Paul Wianko piece called Benki's Standing Death, composed in 2020, was commissioned by the Attacca Quartet, and I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I have no idea. And it's about a 12th century Japanese warrior, Saito Musashibo Benkei, who, according to the legend, he died standing up while protecting a fortress. He was propped up against the door by all the arrows that were shot into him. Then they do Radiohead. The Radiohead's 2 + 2 = 5. That was on their 2003 album called "Hail to the Chief," and it's "Hail to the Thief." I'm sorry, and it's based on George Orwell's 1984, in which, in one passage, people are taught to believe that 2 + 2 = 5, and they believe it because they're told to. All those notes were originally provided by Nikki Sweat. So hats off to Nikki Sweat. Then they will do, then the other 2 pieces are fairly standard classic pieces. I don't think I need to tell you much about that. Those Ravel String Quartet in F major, and Beethoven String Quartet number 14 in C sharp minor, opus 131, is unusual in that most of his quartets were commissioned by various noblemen. But this is one that he wrote because he just wanted to for himself. He had just finished doing some writing for a nobleman, and he still had more ideas left in him, so he went ahead and wrote this one. How about that? For pure genius, for those of you who are real Beethoven lovers. And with that, I'll remind you once again, if you're watching this on Facebook, please like the video. If you're watching on any of our other platforms, please follow and or subscribe to us. We're on YouTube, X, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, and LinkedIn.